This year's harvest can be summed up two ways: big yields and lower prices. The picture for grains in the year to come, though, may not be that simple. For a look at what our markets and grocery bill will be like next year, we turn now to Neil Melancon for this week's Bottom Line.
The Bottom Line is brought to you by the Cotton Board, strengthening the fiber of our industry.
Even with the lower prices for grains we've seen, most farmers prefer a year like this where they're able to produce a good crop and make up for price drops in volume. One of the things we saw with previous years of higher prices is that everything cost more as well. From land to fuel to fertilizer, the cost of doing business goes up with the market, it seems. And this year, many farmers got a break in input costs. Now, while we did have a big crop, corn in particular may not wind up being as big as previously thought. We've seen small bumps in corn prices, both from reduced estimates in production and a lack of selling on the part of farmers who were trying to get a little more premium for their product, as the price of corn has fallen to the mid-$3 range this year. For soybeans, we're seeing what happened to corn happen to beans this year. The price is creeping below that $10 mark with a lot of pressure on it from a number of areas. One is South America. The weather down there has been very favorable for growing as they enter their summer. Acreage estimates have come up, and they could have a year like we did in the U.S. with a record crop. The second area of pressure is early estimates of next year's U.S. acreage, which is becoming more attractive to beans as corn prices remain lower. We have a long way to go before that, but at the end of the day, beans are cheaper to grow than corn in most areas. The bottom line is, though, that we did have a good year here in Louisiana overall, with our grains getting good growth, lower input cost, and a good basis on shipping. With fuel prices coming down, it'll be cheaper for farmers to get that crop in and out of the field as well. For U.S. consumers, it's good news both now and for next year in that we may have hit a peak in grocery store prices. While the price for beef will remain high for now, the expansion in the livestock herd is underway, and hopefully we'll get a sizable break by the end of the year. And of course, Avery, one of the big things this year is that price war between the OPEC and U.S., because that's going to mean, these lower gas prices, and of course that's going to translate to lower grocery store prices, even in the short term.
Yeah, because it's transportation costs that really drive up the price of what we pay at the grocery store. Thanks a lot, Neil Melancon.